Hi, everyone. Today we have another success story. Today we have Lucia, who is from Italy, but she's currently talking to us from Taiwan, where she's got a new job. And she has kindly agreed to share her success with you guys so that you can learn from her. So I'll shut up and let you do the talking, Lucia. So can you start by
Yeah,
introducing yourself to everyone?
yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Lucia from Italy, and I'm a doctor. I needed the IELTS test in order to register as a doctor abroad, and I needed an overall score of 7.5 and 7 in each part. So it was very difficult for me, especially in the writing and the speaking part. And that's why I enrolled to this course to improve my production. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And can you tell everyone a little bit about your IELTS journey? Like, how many times did you do the test? What scores were you getting? That sort of information.
Yeah, my journey is really long because I tried the first time in 2012. At that time, I just needed a 6.5 in order to do an internship as a medical student. But then the score that I needed was higher. So I tried many times, but I was stuck on 6.5 in the writing part. And in the speaking part, sometimes I got 7, sometimes 6.5, and I didn't understand why exactly. So I lose confidence, and I thought that it was everything a trick, something a test that doesn't made sense didn't make sense. But then following the teacher's suggestions, I understand how the exam works, and to overcome my weaknesses. So I start to practice a lot, but with reliable feedbacks,
Mm.
and that was the key, I think.
It was that was something we talked a lot the last time we spoke when we were doing our one-on-one lesson, that you were really lacking in confidence, and I
Yeah,
I was quite surprised because you're such an intelligent person who's great at speaking in
yeah,
English, and I think um that often happens when people don't understand what to do on the test, and then they don't get the score that they need a few times, and every time they fail, their confidence goes down and down and
yeah,
down, and then they as I said to you during our one-on-one, why are you doing the IELTS test? You're doing the test so that when you start working in a hospital in London, that the people working with you have the confidence that you can communicate with them. It's just a communications test. And what I said to you was, have no problem communicating with me, so you'll do absolutely fine on the speaking test. But I think that because a lot of people have different ideas on what the test is and what the requirements are, they start to lack in that confidence and
yeah,
second guess themselves. So that I think that's really important that we identify those problems and help the people watching probably have similar problems. So
yes. I was overcomplicating everything because I was thinking I have to do better, but I have to give more complex answers, something
mm,
like that. Yeah.
and I mentioned that before, that often we find this with doctors, because doctors have been studying things that are way more complicated than the IELTS test for many, many years. And a lot of the doctors that I work with are obviously highly intelligent people. And one of their key problems is always trying to generate really complex ideas and complex answers. And when I talk to doctors, they say, yeah, because in my job, that's what we do all day. We can't give just simple answers. Do you think that's a
Yeah.
problem with doctors and what you had?
Yeah. Yeah, because my sentences were very long and complicated, and instead, when teachers explained, everything was so simple to me, and I didn't realize that I had to do few mistakes. That was, yes, the aim of the test, that I have to make free error sentences,
Hmm.
and that was what I tried to improve.
Okay. So we've identified two of your main challenges. One was a lack of confidence, and two was making things more complex than they needed to be. But were there any other key weaknesses or challenges that you had during your
Yeah.
preparation?
Yeah, I think that I wasn't practice enough. With the VIP community, I found a lot of friends on the community, and thanks to the online daily lessons, I managed to practice every day, and
Mhm.
I did one task two and one task one each day, and practicing was very really useful to manage time during the exam day. And yes, and it was also funny because with all friends, it was fun. Instead, when I was alone and I tried hard, it was just stressful things. I put a lot of effort, but without reliable feedbacks.
Mm.
Instead, once uh, you analyze a topic with teachers during the lessons and you plan with them, you generate ideas, then it's so simple to go on by yourselves, and then you get feedbacks also from your mates, that
Mm.
it's much more comfortable because you are with mates, so you're more relaxed. You can search everything on the internet. It's stimulating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all have the same problem in the VIP community, but because everyone has the same problem, it's not such a big deal as dealing with
Yes,
it alone,
really
you know.
helpful. Yes, because you think I'm not clever enough. I have to quit. I maybe it's better if I give up everything. Instead,
Mm.
in the VIP community, you see that everyone has the same problem. So
Mm.
in the motivation page, everyone post their comments, and it's really useful because you are more relaxed. You study in a relaxed way because you say I will get there sooner or later. I
Mm.
just have to practice, and so you become more confident and more calm. You are more calm, I think.
Yeah, I had a similar experience recently because my little boy was born about 3 weeks ago, and I was amazed at how relaxed all the doctors and nurses were because they were just doing it and I was like, how can you be so relaxed? And the midwife was just like, I do this a few times a day. It's not a big deal, you know. And I
Yeah,
think that's similar to what we do in the VIP community is like we have people coming to us every day going, "Oh, my life is over and I failed this test," and we're just
yeah,
like, "Calm down. You just do these simple things," and I think that gives a lot of confidence to our students because um we do get students coming in and saying, my life is over and I hate this test and I'm
yeah,
never going to be able to move to a country, and we say, okay, calm down, let's do these simple things. And
yeah,
I think that getting a community of other students and people around you that's just their normal job, and they do that every day is very powerful. um
yeah.
so uh, one of the three things you identified were confidence, didn't understand the requirements of the test, and then a lack of practice. Was there anything else, or would you want to focus on those three things to talk about how you overcame those problems?
Yes. I don't know. Maybe first of all, the writing course. That yes, your writing course, because you understand what you have to do and how everything works. So that's the first thing. And then yes, you have to practice, but you have to get feedback, and you have to improve your weaknesses. So you have to practice, and then you have to you get other feedbacks. I think it's all the process, is the cycle that is repeating, and then everything's become automated.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I think that's the key. So you just need time. Once you are on the right path, you just need time
Mm-hmm.
to get there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, uh, that's basically what we do is help people understand what are the requirements by putting them through the course, and then the practice activities, what those do, and the feedback. What that does is it allows people to understand, are they doing the right thing or not, and then slowly. Through more practice and more feedback, you get to the point where you're like, okay, I now only have one or two weaknesses, and then you focus on those things.
Yeah.
And it's a really simple process, but it does work, for instead of, I think what a lot of students do is just, the night before look up some tips and tricks and hope for the best. And that's easy, but it I don't think it
Yeah.
works as effectively as doing things properly.
Yeah. And also sometimes when you think you have understood everything, if you haven't practiced enough, it's not useful.
Mm,
So your brain always try to cheat you and to say, okay, you got this, you don't need to do anything else, but you have to listen to the teacher's advice,
mm,
and you have to do those things that they say. Also, if you're not comfortable with that at first, but then with you practice and everything becomes easy.
mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, and if you were to give any advice, imagine you were talking to yourself 6 months ago, or imagine you had a colleague who was having the same issues or the same struggles. What advice would you give them?
Yes, maybe don't book the test. The test. Don't think that for that date you're ready, because you don't know how much time do you need in order to improve. You don't know how much time you manage to study, because we all work and we are busy on other things. So just relax, do the online course, try to do something every day, and if you follow the teacher advice, you are on the right path. So the day will come in which that you will be ready, and when you will be ready, then you book the test and you surely succeed in the exam, I think.
Yeah, never book the test until you're
Yeah,
ready. I think that's
otherwise, yeah,
yeah,
too stressful. Yeah.
yeah, it's stressful and a lot of, and as you said, if you fail again, then your confidence goes down, and so a lot of people give up. Where I think
Yeah.
a much better system is, don't book the test at all. Just figure out how to get to that score that you need and be 100% sure, and then book the test.
Yeah.
And
and it, and it's really interesting that you can see that you are improving, because thanks to the feedbacks of teacher, you get the score with your writing correction, and you see that your scores fluctuate
mm,
during the time. And for example, I'd always get 6.5, 6.5, but then it went like 6.57, six
mm.
point five seven, and then 7.57. So you can check on your improvement, and
Fluctuation
you
is
are
natural
aware.
in any skill. The very rarely does a skill improvement look like this. It is always kind of, it looks like the stock market. There's a lot of up and downs, but
Yeah.
generally it goes up. So that's really good advice. Don't get too down if your scores fluctuate a little bit during your preparation. That's natural. Just learn from your mistakes, and then you will get better.
Yeah.
So congratulations again, Lucia.
Thank
I'm
you.
really proud of you. A lack of confidence is a big hurdle, a big challenge to overcome, and you really did well. And
Yeah.
so I'm very proud of you, and thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
sharing that with everybody else.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye bye. Hey, Chris here again. Hopefully you enjoyed that success story video. That student was part of our IELTS VIP course. And on that course, we show students exactly where they're going wrong and exactly what to do to get the score that they need. And we give them all the help and support that they need in order to get a 7, 8, or even 9 in their IELTS test. Now, we only work with a really small number of students. Because of the level of help and feedback and support that we give students, we can only work with a very small number of them. But we also have more success stories than any other online or offline course in the world, which has created a huge amount of demand for our course. So we're the only course in the world, I believe, that has a very long waiting list. If you want to join that waiting list, all you have to do is just click here and you'll be able to add your name, add your email address, and then when one of our students becomes successful and leaves the course, the next position can be for you. Hopefully see you in there. Bye-bye.